Shots plug for new hip hop and R&B. I told you all we were going to have a guest inside of Vonyettas Clubhouse today. I'm going to allow him to introduce himself. I got to move around a little bit so I can see you here.
I know. I'm like, let me.
Well, look, we still feel the energy though, right?
Yes, we do.
Let everybody know who is in the building right now.
What up? What up? It's your boy Josh Levi in the building. Yup.
You are in the building. So first, I always want to know if it's your first time coming to the Queen City. I have to ask everybody that.
This is my first time. Yes, I'm brand new. I'm fresh. Yep.
Okay, so you've only been in the Queen City like you just got here this morning, right?
5 minutes.
Oh, you fresh. So we got to make sure that we get you all of what you need as far as making sure you got all the right food places to go to.
Please.
Oh, it's going to be like that. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, man. I need all the info, all the details, all the hot spots, all the vibes.
All the vibes. The fact that you call me ma'am like I'm 1,000 years old. We gonna fight. We are.
Listen, I'm from Houston, Texas. I call everybody ma'am. I call everybody sir. It's just it's an H-Town thing, I guess.
Okay, and it's nothing wrong with that. Being from Houston, Texas, we see a whole lot. You see a whole lot of a different music scene from Texas, say, to South Carolina.
Yeah.
As you've traveled around, I know you were in Columbia, my hometown, one of my hometowns yesterday. Traveling from city to city, what is the biggest thing that you see difference-wise, music from Houston, say Houston, Texas, to some of the places that you've been recently?
Well, I live in LA, but I grew up in Houston, and Houston to me musically is just, it's all about, it's bass heavy. It's it's super musical. There's a real culture there. It's hip hop driven, but also it's like a huge, pretty big R&B and gospel vibe and scene too. So I grew up in all of that, whereas LA, it's a whole different world.
And thank you for going into that, because that's where we were going next before we get into Birthday Dance. I am an R&B girl. Okay. So, I do these, I mix every day at 12, but I do these sessions called Trap and Be Live, where I pretty much take an R&B record or a trap record, break it all the way down, make it R&B, like vice versa.
I love that.
And we have such a great time. We're going to have to do it with you a little bit later.
Okay, I'm down.
Before you leave. But R&B, of course, never died, but R&B is really back now.
Oh, it's alive and well.
How does it feel knowing that your passion is where it needs and supposed to be?
It's the best feeling. It feels good. I'm just happy to be here to add to the genre and to continue moving it forward for the new generation. And for me, I'm here to kind of bring energy to R&B.
What do you think it's going to take to really move the R&B needle for the current generation? Because I don't think that the current generation doesn't understand the appreciation of rhythm and blues.
Yeah.
What do you think it's going to take to move that needle?
That's a good question. I mean, for me, like I said, I'm trying to bring energy to R&B. So for all the people that think that R&B is too slow or boring, which is so not true. It's a classic genre that's romantic and feels good. For me, I like to just bring the energy and bring the dynamic to it, which is one of the reasons Birthday Dance even ever was created and existed here, just to give people a reason to move and to dance and to feel good. Speaking
of Birthday Dance, let's get into it really quick. So this is something else I always say, because the answers vary and they're so different. It's always great to hear. If you could just take 3 words to describe Birthday Dance, what would those 3 words be?
3 words.
3.
Dang. Okay, I'm gonna say. Oh, damn, that's hard.
We know energy has to be one of them.
Okay, let's do energy.
Okay.
Let's do energy.
I can rock with that.
Let's do celebration.
Okay.
And then let's do dance.
There it is. Birthday, energy, celebration, and dance. Guys, here is Josh Levi, Birthday Dance on the plug. Charlotte's Plug for New Hip Hop and R&B. We do have a guest inside of the clubhouse right now. This is Birthday Dance, Josh Levi. Josh, what up, what up, what up, what up?
What's good, what's good?
You know, Josh, let me ask you. If you weren't singing the rhythm and the blues, as my grandmother used to say, what would you be doing?
Ooh, I love this question. I feel like I will be an athlete, maybe.
What sport?
Maybe basketball.
Okay.
Maybe track.
Okay. I was in track. I ran the 1 to 2 in the 4x1.
Okay, nice.
I was real fast, but you know, we ain't talking about me. We talk about you.
I'm pretty fast. I'm pretty fast too. Or I would do something creative still, like
something in that creative
painting
space,
or like culinary or something like that.
If you could give some advice, right? What would you say the biggest mistake that you wish you hadn't have made, or that the biggest learning lesson that you've learned thus far on your journey within this industry?
I would say the most recent thing that I ever regret is not believing or trusting in my gut.
Ooh, that discernment, it'll get you every time.
It's so important. It's so important to just be in tune and be aligned. And when God tells me something, I just gotta
you gotta
believe
listen
in it and listen.
There it is.
Yeah, just having faith and like staying true to what I feel like I believe in.
Right. So if folks wanted to, we're gonna take some calls for a moment, but I know folks are saying if they wanted to follow you, go ahead and drop your socials for us.
Yep, it's just Josh Levi everywhere.
And spell it so they know.
JOSHLEVI.
Because some folks act like they can't spell.
LEVI.
So we know that you would still be doing something creative if you weren't singing the rhythm and the blues. But do you have a hobby or a trade that nobody knows about? That's always a good question, because sometimes we find out stuff and we're like, what?
Yeah. I weirdly love learning Spanish and learning French.
Really?
So that's something I've been doing on Duolingo.
Listen, I mean, Poquito Espanol. That's about all I can give you. That's about how much I speak.
Little Spanish.
Little Spanish, right. Okay. Enough to kind of get me by.
Nice.
704-570-WPEG. If you guys want to talk to Josh Levi, give us a call.